All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do a follow-up video on Palantir Technologies, stock ticker PLTR. I just did a video on this a few days ago, but a significant event has occurred that I think I at least need to address and update the previous video. So I want to go through that event, go through some of the price action, and talk about if this changes my opinion on them in any way and where I see them going from here. If you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button and feel free to drop a comment below with any thoughts you might have. Palantir today is trading at $10.56. We're in the middle of the trading day on February 23rd. So it's up about 0.8. It was up a bit more than this. The market's been pulling back all day so far today, and Palantir has been pulling back with it. $10.30 is their 52-week low. We hit that yesterday, but I think we now have a really solid reason why Palantir has taken such a big dip in the last week. So in my previous video a few days ago, I shared with you this article. Cathie Wood dumps $56 million in Palantir shares after dismal earnings. So this represented about 4.77 million shares, and that was about 15.7% of their holdings in Palantir at that time. So if we look at who holds Palantir, you'll see top institutional holders. You've got your usual suspects, Vanguard Group and BlackRock are number one and number two. The third biggest holder in Palantir going into last week was Ark Investment with 35 million shares. Now, they had trimmed that down to about 30 million shares subsequent to this information, but that still left them somewhere basically around the third or maybe fourth largest investor in the entire company. Well, subsequent to that, this article came out on February 20th. Cathie Wood halves exposure in Palantir, dumps $148 million worth of shares on Friday. They sold about 4.7 million on Thursday. They sold another 13.5 million on Friday. So now at that point, they had cut their interest in Palantir in half. So there was significant downward price action, and that is one of the reasons I made my video. Now, what I didn't know is that during that day, Friday, Palantir was selling another 13.5 million shares, but that's not it. This article then came out yesterday. Cathie Wood dumps another $123 million in Palantir shares. So there was no trading on Monday, so this was just a continuation. So it looks like between Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday, 3 consecutive trading days, Cathie Wood's and Ark Investment basically 100% divested themselves from Palantir. So when you have your third or fourth biggest shareholder selling virtually every share they have, and again, for them, that was about 30 million shares in total, over a 3-day period, your stock is going to get hit. And I just want to show you, this is a chart of their daily volume. So you can see this is Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday. So these are the 3 days that Ark Invest sold all their shares. So you can see typical day is 40 or 50 or maybe $60 million in shares. Well, these 3 days had very high volume. They went into that at almost $14. They come out of this at about $10.50 after 3 massive volume days. Well, now we know that that volume, 30 million shares of that, was from Ark Investment. And obviously, once volume starts to rise, other things kick in, and there's a chain reaction to a certain extent. We're in the middle of the trading day today, so it looks like we're having slightly higher than average volume, but we're resuming back to more of a normal level on Palantir's volume. I'm not so much talking about this because Cathie Wood. I know a lot of people make Cathie Wood videos. A lot of people follow her very closely. She's a very popular investor. The Ark investment funds are highly scrutinized. They had a period where they were doing outstanding. They've had a period where it's been rough going. And that is not the point of my video. I don't know why she sold all of her shares. It does seem a bit strange to me that in a 3-day period, they would go from the third largest shareholder to selling all of their shares, particularly when it was at or about Palantir's 52-week and pretty near its all-time low. That's not a normal move for a fund to make, but I don't know why she made that. And the truth is, nobody except for her knows why she made that move. We may never know. It may turn out to be a good move. It may turn out to be a horrible move. I can't worry about what Cathie Wood is doing. we all need to worry about what we're doing with our portfolios. But I did feel like I needed to bring up the fact a major shareholder dumped all their stock in this company, and that had a dramatic effect on the price. So let's take a look at the chart. So you can see from the day before she started selling to the 3-day window in which Ark Investment sold basically all of their shares in Palantir, Palantir was down 27% on those 3 trading days. So that is a massive move to the downside. This morning they opened, you'll see this candle wicks up to $11.26, so it kind of took off this morning. The market opened on a high note and has been pulling back ever since, and Palantir has been pulling back with it ever since. You'll see it's trading at its lows on the day right now at $10.52. So like I said in my last video, it's very difficult to call a bottom. So this stock may continue to drift downward if the market continues to drift downward. However, I recommend you guys watch my previous video because I went through what I think is the bull case scenario for this. I liked their earnings. I thought their earnings were very positive. I know there was certain things that could be interpreted in different ways, but if you look at my analysis, I stand by it regardless of what Cathie Wood may or may not have done with all of her stock. So again, my conclusion was that basically if we have a red week here in Palantir and this price just gets a little bit lower, I'm going to consider this a buying opportunity. It really probably already is, from my perspective, a buying opportunity here at about $10.50. Again, this is not financial advice. You guys have to do your own due diligence. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with Palantir right now. This is a highly popular and controversial stock. So please do your due diligence and invest wisely in this one. I am looking to open a position in this. Now, a lot of things came up at the same time, and I opened a few new positions on Friday, so I was not able to do that here. But I think if there's downward pressure this week, there's going to be potentially another nice chance, and that may not be the low. So this may be a situation where, I'm dollar cost averaging into this over time, but I'm very bullish in the long term on Palantir. And this is not one of the normal stocks that I trade. It's a little bit bigger, but I think this stock has a very interesting story and some massive upside potential. Again, do your own due diligence, invest at your own risk. That's my update on Palantir. So that was some pretty significant action that happened between the time I made my last video and right now on Palantir. So that's why I kind of felt compelled just to bring everybody up to date and to update my previous video. That's all I have on Palantir for now. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.